Stacy from G-Free Foodie, and we are making honey oat hamburger buns. So this is a recipe that I got from my friend Rachel, the gluten-free mama, and the first thing we're going to do is get our yeast going. So I've got a cup and a quarter of warm water. Not too hot, not too cold, you got to get warm, about 110 degrees probably. And I'm going to put some honey in here. And then, I'm going to kind of start to swirl that, get it going. And then we're going to put in our yeast. And we are going to set it aside to get foamy and do its thing. While we're talking about yeast, I want to say, it is really, really important in any baking, but particularly in gluten-free baking, to take care of your products. Xanthan gum, yeast, the last thing you want to do is get going, doing your gluten-free baking, doing your thing, and find out that the thing that gives your gluten-free baked goods, it's get up and go, got up and went, because you didn't take care of your stuff. So read the yeast, read your xanthan gum, cool, dry place. Some yeast needs to be kept in the fridge. Check it out, make sure you take care of your stuff. While we're waiting for the yeast to get foamy and do its thing, I'm going to take 3 cups of gluten-free flour blend. Now this is gluten-free mama's recipe, so I'm using her flour blend. And she wrote a gluten-free flour guide on gfreefoodie.com. So if you want to mix your own flour, or you want to use, this is a coconut blend, if you want to use an almond blend, whatever you want to do, check it out, make your own mix. This is some xanthan gum, some salt, and some gluten-free oats. We want to get that all blended together so that when we incorporate our yeast and our other dry ingredients, we're ready to go. Okay, so our yeast is doing its thing, and I'm going to pour this mixture, look at that, nice and foamy. I'm going to pour that right in here with our flour mixture. Get it all in there and get that going. We're going to do it on low. And then I'm going to go in with my butter. You could definitely use a dairy substitute. In fact, Rachel, who created this recipe, cooks gluten-free, dairy-free in her house. Let me get that all in there. Then 2 eggs, or the equivalent amount of egg substitute. Honey, my honey. Can't make honey oat buns without honey. Get it all in there. We need all that sticky sweet stuff. I love gluten-free baking with honey because it adds moisture and texture to the product. And then a little bit of cider vinegar. I'm going to scrape it down a couple of times, get it all nice and blended together, and then we're ready to put it in the pans. Okay, our dough is all mixed together, and now you want to make sure that your oven is preheating at 375. I happen to have these little ramekins or creme brulee dishes that are 4-inch. You can use these. You could use a 4-inch baking tin, or you could hand shape your hamburger buns. You're going to use about 1/3 cup of dough, like a heaping 1/3 cup for each one. And if you're hand shaping them, it's about the size of your fist. So I'm going to get my dough here. And I have 1/3 cup measuring cup. I just prepared these with a little pan spray, and I'm going to prepare this too so it doesn't stick. Then I'm going to go right into the measuring cup. Like I said, heaping 1/3 cup. Make sure you got it nice and good in there, and then we're just going to pop it out and flatten it a bit into the pan. So you're just going to do that for all 6. Get them in there, and then we're gonna let them rise. So we've got our hamburger buns, and they've been left to rise for about 2 hours. You want to make sure that you get as much air into these babies as you can. You know the deal with gluten-free baked goods. They're all starting to heap over the little 4-inch pans, or if you did them by hand, you'll see that they should have lots of lift and body. So I'm going to take some egg white just to brush on the tops. If you made your hamburger buns with egg replacer, you could use that. You could use soy milk, or you could skip this step altogether. It's not that big a deal. It just makes them look pretty. So I'm going to brush some egg white over the top of the bun, each one. And then I'm going to take a few more of our gluten-free oats and sprinkle them right over the top. We're going to do that with each one, and then we're going to pop them into the oven at 375. Here's my bun, my honey oats gluten-free hamburger bun, which I am using to make a pulled chicken sandwich. This is my pomegranate barbecue sauce, which you can also find on the G-Free Foodie website. I can't wait to taste this bun. So good. So soft. You're going to love it. Your kids are going to love it. Your gluten-free grandma's going to love it. Make yourself some honey oat buns. Check out gfreefoodie.com, everybody.